Hello, I'm a guy that likes to talk about music, and today I want to talk about Alice Cooper and Welcome to My Nightmare. Yeah, I've always liked the sound of that title. I guess it's taken from the expression Welcome to Your Nightmare, but Alice is saying Welcome to My Nightmare because, this song is the first song on an album with the same title, and it's supposed to be the opening track or introduction to a concept album. And the whole album is supposed to be the nightmares of a boy named Steven, which, like some kind of rock opera. And every song, I guess, is supposed to be about a different nightmare. That's what some people say. I don't think so at all. That's not how I hear it. To me, it sounds like, it's just a bunch of random songs put together that have no relationship to one another, except maybe a little bit. But they recorded this album and decided to call it a concept album and say that it's like really smart and say, wow, I'm smart, look what I did, I guess. But that's just what I think. So much of music is in the ear of the beholder. So if somebody wants to listen to it as a concept album or even as a rock opera, then that's what it is. Anyway, there's kind of a lot going on in this song musically, and I think it might be a surprise for some people if they heard it, because Alice Cooper is thought of as being a metal artist, but this song is not metal. It starts out with a slow acoustic guitar, and then it goes into some music that sounds like vaudeville music or something from an old-fashioned Broadway show. Something that you'd picture some guys on a stage dancing to while wearing a top hat and a tuxedo and dancing with a cane. Just like how Alice is dressed on the cover here. Yeah, I dug around for my Alice Cooper t-shirt to do this. I like this cover, and it's kind of an iconic image too, I think. Like I once saw a Grateful Dead t-shirt with this image on it. The triangle and everything, and except it was a skeleton wearing a tux instead of Alice. And also I remember an Aerosmith video in which Steven Tyler, I think, did pose like this or did like a little tribute to the image. Yeah, he had the eye makeup on, except it wasn't black. It was like silver glittery something. I don't remember which video it was. It was something they did in the 90s. It might have been Living on the Edge. But anyway, yes, he would sing this in his concerts while wearing the top hat and tuxedo jacket and dancing with a cane. Yeah, he used to like to sing while waving a sword around. For this one, he'd wave a cane around. Yeah, but he did the same thing for Some Folks too, a song called Some Folks. Yeah, there was another song on this album that had old-fashioned vaudeville or Broadway sound. But you can tell that this is a 70s song because it's got a disco beat in this song as well. So yeah, it's not a metal song. It's a little bit Broadway, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of acoustic, and a little bit of disco too. Everything but metal. Now, if somebody would want to hear this in a metal style, you can find that. For one, I listened to a concert album. I forget which one it was, but yeah, the band did Welcome to My Nightmare in an 80s metal style, glam metal style, and it sounded pretty good. And also, you can hear Ronnie James Dio sing this with some metal musicians. There was one of those tribute albums made, where you have different singers and bands doing songs from an artist, and there was an Alice Cooper tribute album made, and Ronnie James Dio did this one. And I remember the first time I heard this song. It was on, believe it or not, The Muppet Show. Yeah, I was a little kid and saw this guy, I didn't know who he was, on The Muppet Show, crawling out of a coffin. He was dressed like Dracula. And I was a big fan of Dracula and the old movie monsters. And so, yeah, I just thought that was great, seeing Dracula singing a song. It was even better than the Monster Mash, and I have been a fan ever since. But anyway, I could sit here and geek out about Alice Cooper songs all day long, but I got to get up and go do something productive, I guess. Welcome to my night.